Hi, this is Teacher Jel. I welcome you now for today's session in understanding culture, society, and politics. Now, what is culture? Have you ever asked yourself about the meaning of culture? We often hear this word in a mere talk about society and education. Basically, culture is defined as a society's way of life, provides the basis for forging identities. And each one has its own identity of culture. But identities are not fixed. They can be changed, improved, and shaped by the passage of time, life experiences, and social dealings with other individuals in the society. Also, variations in identities let the person appreciate his similarities and differences with others through reverence and learning from one another. So, how culture is learned? There are three processes of how culture is being acquired: enculturation, acculturation, and inculturation. What is the difference between these three? Enculturation simply means getting to know or learn your own culture. Acculturation is learning the culture of others, and inculturation is trying to contextualize the culture of others. Under enculturation, there are so-called prefigurative, where culture is learned from the elders. Co-figurative, where learning from the same age, and post-figurative, where culture is learned from young ones. Well, under acculturation, it includes two forms: dictated change or adopted change, and the borrowed change or free borrowing. But in terms of enculturation, there is this term wholesale appropriation. This is a process of transplanting other culture into your own culture without modification. A common mistake for people who try to do this. Not everything can be imitated. It is important to understand that culture is dynamic and changing. There are three aspects of culture that have remained through the time, and there are components that have adapted to the realities of the present. One visible proof is the emerging technology. Today, how many of you are familiar with piko, patintero, luksong timik, luksong baka, tagu-taguan, siyato, text, jolens, pogs, or even our old folk songs? These are all part of Filipino culture, for which is slowly fading in the passage of time. Kids today are more fascinated with mobile phones, tablets, and computers, living in a virtual society. We are truly rich in customs and traditions back then. Some fade, some remains. Examples are bayanihan, a communal spirit that makes seemingly impossible feats possible through power of unity and cooperation. Mano, sign of respect to elderly. Harana, a traditional form of courtship through singing, and of course, our national costume, Barong Tagalog. Those mentioned are material and non-material aspects associated with culture, and all of them have four vital culture components: symbols, language, values, and norms. Symbols refer to things that express meaning. They are essential in communication and shaping thoughts. Language, meanwhile, is a set of representation to let individuals communicate verbally and non-verbally. Values are collective ideas, norms, and belief to provide standards that pertain to what is right or wrong, good or bad. Norms are shared rules of conduct that determine specific behavior among members of the society. and ways of this differs in every society. It is only how each community and nations respect one another. We don't want to be all the same because each has its own identity. But we do want to understand each other. Likewise, as Anastasia Rasha says, culture is something that unites people. Again, this is Teacher Jel. I hope you have learned something and have helped you understand better your way of life as an individual. Thank you.